we went to we visited a church. So I just got off back from vacation. We went away for a week. We visited a new church, and I can be more critical because I'm more knowledgeable. So I try to zip it when I'm like at a visiting church. I try to zip it because I'm like, all right, I don't want to say something that's going to affect my children, and I don't want to say something that's going to taint my wife. Like, but if they say something and we talk about it, then all right, let me confirm or non-confirm. Right? So we go to this church, and I'm like, Lord have mercy, Lord help, because there's some things I'm like, all right, um, okay, Lord, here we are in the providence of God. This is where you have us right now. And so, for example, um, we don't send our children off to children's school at our church. It's family integrated, so everyone's in the service, um, and that's always been the case, right? So here that isn't the case. Fine, okay, sure. So the kids go to the back, and so my kids say, "Hey, Dad, can we go?" I was like, "Yeah, go ahead, go." But keep me posted. Let me know what you hear. What da da da. Well, prior to that point, the pastor goes, he said, yeah, and a couple people came up to us and go, yeah, the kids can go in the back right after service. They don't have to, but they can, or before, as the service starts, they don't have to, but they can. And they're going to be going through The Chosen. They're going to, they're going to go view The Chosen. And I'm like, oh, okay. And in my mind, I'm like, all right, Lord, whatever. Okay. And me and my wife look at each other, and we knew what that meant. But I didn't want to say, son, you can't go back there. You don't know this movie, The Chosen. Da, da, da. He doesn't know all that, right? They don't know all that. Well, they go, listen to this. I'm getting to the point. They go back there. They look at The Chosen. They don't have any discussion, right? At the later on that evening when we go home, and me and wifey talking, she's like she's giving me her feedback on the sermon. I had to take my daughter, my youngest, because she didn't go back there. I took her to the bathroom, and when I went to the bathroom, she's like, "Good thing you wasn't here when you went to take Rachel to the bathroom, because he said some things you would have been bothered by." So I was like, "All right, well, I missed that." Well, when at the end when we're driving home, well, no, later that evening, my son goes to me. He goes, my son's 7. He's like, Dad, I feel so sad. And I was like, what? Now, mind you, he doesn't know nothing about The Chosen, nothing. He goes, Dad, I feel so sad. I was like, what's wrong, Papa? What's wrong? He's like, I feel like I didn't honor God today. I feel like I didn't honor God today because we just went in the back and watched a movie, and she told us that we were going to discuss it, but we didn't. I just feel like I didn't honor God today. And he was saying that because he wasn't sitting under the preached word, right? The text wasn't open. There was no explanation of the text. And so I said to him, I could have said, well, son, the movie was whack, and the show is whack, and da 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 da. But I said to him, I said, buddy, I said, when you went back there, you had no control of what they do as a church. I said, but you did honor God because you wasn't acting a fool like the other kids were, because he was telling me those kids was wilding out. I was like, you wasn't acting a fool. You was honoring God with your attitude. And I said, when you did that, you were actually honoring God, and God is glorified in that. Yeah. And he still wasn't content with the fact that he didn't hear the word preached, but he felt better by it. And he was like, man, praise God, like praise God, man, that the 7 years that he's been alive, by God's grace, I've been able to disciple him. And at 7, I'm seeing the fruit of it with statements like that.